All right, guys, so the Biden administration has told us that we are, in fact, not in a recession, despite the fact that we are technically, by definition, in a recession, as we've had 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP growth.
If things are going so great, though, then why is it the White House officials are trying to redefine recession?
No, we're not redefining recession.
If we all understand a recession to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth in a row, and then you have White House officials come up here to say, no, that's not what a recession is. It's something else. How is that not redefining recession?
Because that's not the definition.
That doesn't sound like a recession to me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so definitely not a recession. Totally not a recession according to the Biden administration, despite, by definition, being in a recession. And the mainstream liberal media has picked up on the White House's talking points and has taken it even a step further, right? Outside of just denying reality. If you say that we're in a recession or you're worried about the economy or inflation, then you have white privilege, because only white people are privileged enough to worry about the economy and things like inflation.
You know, inflation, it's almost a privilege to care about inflation as your number one issue. The same is true of gas prices, or even the idea that it's the economy stupid. I always found that analysis lacking because as a black person, I don't want to get killed on the way to my job. So I'm glad I have a job. I'm glad I make a living wage. But if I can't be alive, then what does that other stuff matter? I mean, speak to the idea that some of this stuff is existential in the minds of the Democratic base in a way that it's maybe not for the middle of the country, the so-called middle, or even more conservative-leaning voters.
Yeah, listen, if you just lost your house because of a flood in Kentucky, if you just lost your livelihood because it burnt down in a wildfire, if you just lost your life because you are the wrong color and you were pulled over somewhere, inflation doesn't really matter to you or to your loved ones. There are much broader things going on right now in this country that affect so many demographics that the dollars to cents case that has been made time and again about, like I said, it's the economy stupid. There's a blind spot there, and you'll notice that the majority of people who make that statement are generally white.
All right, guys, so you heard it there from the mainstream liberal media, right? It is a privilege, more specifically white privilege, to worry about inflation. Speaking of white privilege, you know what else they say is white privilege? Working hard work, the Protestant work ethic is white privilege. So you can flex your white privilege by getting one of my no days off / hard work patriotic t-shirts today at my website, gforemanbcp.com. Or you can get one of my donkey pox shirts, the disease that is affecting America, using discount code gforemanbcp for 20% off. So now we got to get into this video from Miss Savannah Hernandez, who is an excellent independent journalist, okay? She does not get enough credit for the work that she does because she's out here doing the Lord's work, right? She's out here in the streets, as she has found some black people who seem to have white privilege because they are trashing Joe Biden over inflation, right? And the fact that our economy is in a recession. Something that, again, the mainstream liberal media told us that only people of privilege, that only white people can worry about, because black people are worried about other things like potentially being killed by police officers, right? With climate change and all this other stuff. So without further ado, I want to play this video because this has to be rare footage here of black people who actually are white, right? They have white privilege. So let's get into it.
Joe Biden keeps tweeting out things like this, how the gas prices are lowering, that, we're not really in a recession.
We are going through a recession right now. You have to actually be out here to actually see the results of what's going on in this recession. And trust me, it is a recession because it is hard for us right now.
So what would you say to Joe Biden, who says we're not really in a recession?
You need to do your homework.
Yeah.
It's real bad out here. It's easy to say it from the comfort of where you at right now. You don't have to go through what we're going through. So it's easy to say that.
Are you happy with Joe Biden as president?
No, I'm not.
No? Do you think he's doing a good job, bad job?
He sucked. He ain't doing shit.
Get Joe Biden out of office?
Get him out. Get his ass out. Get him out, coach.
What do you think about the Biden administration redefining the term recession?
That doesn't sound like a recession to me.
This is the worst recession we've been in. To be honest, we've never had a recession where gas, housing, I mean, you name it. At one time, even when people's houses were going into foreclosure, those people that lost their homes could at least still go into a grocery store and buy a regular price item. Now you got houses that are out of control, cars out of control, gas out of control, food out of control.
So yeah, that sounds like inflation, right? It sounds like he's worried about inflation, okay? Again, according to Zerlina on MSNBC and the Asian guest, I forget his name, who used to be a Republican, that man is white, right? That man is white, okay? He must be privileged because he's worrying about that. Again, it just goes to show you guys how out of touch these people are in the mainstream liberal media with regular, everyday working Americans. Where they think that, oh, well, you know, inflation's only a problem that, you know, people like us should worry about. Only people who are white should worry about, right? Because, you know, these black people, what they're more worried about is other things like police, right? Police reform and climate change and, you know, abortion and all this other stuff, right? All these other issues that simply don't matter. I guarantee you, if you ask these people, what would you rather have? Would you rather have lower prices or police reform? I guarantee you 10 out of 10 times they'll say lower gas prices, lower grocery prices, right? They'd rather have a great economy than to have police reform. Because if you're not a criminal, police reform doesn't really matter to you, right? Doesn't really matter to you if you're not a criminal, okay?
So technically we're in a recession, but Joe Biden and his administration say we're not. What do you think about that?
He crazy too.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you think that he's doing a good job or a bad job as president?
Bad job. He making it worse. Hell, we could have kept Donald Trump for this shit.
As a 17-year-old who is in college and high school, I'm in dual credit. If you need help, just let us know, because I'll step in. Because at this point, y'all ain't doing it right. I am a female, so yes, I'm aware of what Trump has done in the past. But as far as running a country, he did better than Biden.
I feel like everything going up. Like it's not making sense to me how when Trump was here, everything was low. Like we had like $2-3 worth of gas.
A lot of people are going to actually vote for Trump that never thought. This Oak Cliff, Texas. Trust me, a lot of us will vote for him now than we did before because we went for the good guy saying the right things. But as soon as he got in office, he did everything wrong. He turned around every policy that Trump done.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, I mean, you fell for the okie doke. You fell for the okie doke. Okay, you fell for the mainstream media and the Democrat talking points of, well, you know, that guy's racist, right? Trump is a racist. He's a white supremacist. He got mean tweets. And I try to tell people, man, I don't care about any of that stuff. Even if Trump is racist, I don't give a damn. If the economy is good, if I'm doing good, right? If the country's doing good, if we're respected on the world stage, if our borders are closed, okay, if crime is low, why do I care about all that other stuff, right? None of that stuff matters to me. It doesn't matter because I care about the tangibles. I care about things that actually affect my life. And at the end of the day, what you're seeing here is that these people, when they're talking, they're not talking about police, okay? They're not talking about white supremacy. They're not talking about abortion. They're not talking about so-called voting rights, right? They're not talking about any of that stuff. They're talking about the economy because it is the economy, stupid, right? But again, according to mainstream liberal media, these people must be white, right? They must have white privilege because they're so concerned about the economy and they want to get their Lord and Savior Joe Biden out of office and maybe even vote for Trump because of how bad the economy is. Fascinating stuff. Again, just goes to show you guys how out of touch the mainstream liberal elitists are. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.